are going to learn some more maths on InfoScraps. In the last video, we covered part 1 of rational numbers, in which we learned about the definition of rational numbers and also about standard form. In today's video, part 2, we are going to learn about equality and comparison. So, let's begin. First, let's go for the equality of rational numbers. Let's take two rational numbers, p by q and r by s. The numerator of the first one, p, is multiplied by the denominator of the second one, s. And similarly, q is multiplied by r. If p into s is equal to q into r, then the two rational numbers p by q and r by s are equal. Let's take an example of this. 1 by 2 and 4 by 8. We can see they are equivalent because if 1 by 2's numerator and denominator are both multiplied by 4, then we get 4 by 8. Let's prove this another way. We multiply 1 by 8 and 2 by 4. This is called cross multiplication. In both the cases, we obtain the product 8, and thus the rational numbers 1 by 2 and 4 by 8 are equal. Next is comparison. So, you've probably heard a lot about comparison. Greater than, less than, and equal. This is quite easy for numbers which are not fractions, like integers. So, -3 is smaller than 2, 0 is greater than -1, and so on. It's a bit harder to compare fractions. This is because fractions are parts of a whole. We don't know what size the parts are, and the whole may be divided into a different number of parts. So, to make life easier, we have a system where we cut the parts into smaller parts in order to get the same number of parts in both wholes. And this makes it very easy to compare both fractions. To get the number, we take the LCM of both the denominators. LCM stands for lowest common multiple. Let's take our example here. 1/2 and 3/4. I've taken simple fractions because it's easier to do the LCM. And from experience, you can probably tell that 3/4 is more than a half. But suppose we didn't know this. A half, the whole that the half is part of, is divided into 2 parts. And the whole that the 3/4 is part of is divided into 4 parts. So, in order to find which is greater, we need to have both the wholes cut into the same number of parts. So we take the LCM of the denominators, which in this case is 4. Then we take an equivalent fraction of both the numbers in order to get a fractions with the same denominator. In the case of a half, it's 2/4. In the case of 3/4, it already, has a denominator 4. So it's just 3/4. From this, we can tell that 3/4 is obviously bigger than 2/4 because 3 parts of a whole is more than 2 parts of a whole. And so 3/4 is more than a half. That's it for today. In the next lesson, we'll be going more into depth on rational numbers with the operations, and we'll also be studying the properties of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division or operations of rational numbers. If you liked today's video about the basics of rational numbers, give me a like and subscribe for more updates. Just hit the bell button. Comment what you like most in the comment section, and for today, it's goodbye. Thank you.